r/AskReddit. Girls of Reddit, what's the best pickup line someone used on you? My first kiss was with my best friend at the time in middle school. He bet me a quarter that he could kiss me without touching my lips. I thought he was just going to kiss my cheek or hand or something and say I owed him a quarter, but he really kissed me, pulled a quarter out of his pocket, pressed it in my hand, and said worth it. That's pretty smooth for middle school. I'm 42 and impressed. I was a security guard for Seahawks games, and we had to wear yellow jackets, black caps, and black slacks. At the end of the game, we were going through and clearing out all the drunk people, and this one guy I was helping to the door looked at me up and down and said, "You look like a cab driver, you should take me home," and then winked at me. Told him it was a great line and to use it on someone else. Not a pickup line exactly, but a girl and I kept noticing each other at a club one night. We were both out with friends and it was really crowded, so we never quite made our way to each other till I was leaving. Just before I got to the door, she came up to me and clipped a clothespin to my shirt with her phone number written on it. "So you can't lose it," she said. No idea where the hell she got a clothespin, but damn it was charming. I'm a girl, by the way. Hi, my name is John. If anyone is looking to make a mistake tonight, I wasn't, but damn I thought that was funny. Hi, I'm John. In case anyone wants to lower their standards. I was handling the paperwork and tax explanations for a company that was switching all of their salespeople to W2. I got a text from one of the salesmen that said, "Are you my last 1099 check? Because I want 100% of you." It didn't work in the slightest, but it did make me laugh. The one that worked the best on me was a guy who had learned a memorization trick, where you give them 30 words and they remember each one in order and recite them back to you after an hour. It seems way more impressive when everyone is drunk though, and makes a great icebreaker for starting a conversation. It's smart because it means you will still be talking in an hour. The trick is simple. They aren't going to remember the words anyway, so as long as you get the first 5 right and the last couple, you are good to go. Sitting in a cafe doing homework, I hear a guy go, "I'm not trying to weird, I'm just trying to figure out what kind of math you're doing, because I think you're doing it wrong." He was right and helped me out. Asked me out in a date afterwards, and we've been together 7 years, married almost more than half of that. The only time in history the nerdy well actually has worked. Yep. He was just really nice about it, and after he helped we just hit it off really well. When I agreed to go on a date with him, he actually didn't think I was serious. It was really adorable. At a nerd convention, some guy asked if I wanted to see his giant robot. My brain didn't compute I was being hit on. I thought we were talking about anime, so I responded, "I'm more into Titans." Donham. He probably felt the hardest curve of the century. Best pickup line was actually accidental, but it made me laugh, and we would up talking for a bit after. But this dude comes up to me in a bar and goes, "Hey, so, I'm a girl," then pauses, looks horrified and goes, "I meant you're a girl." Then looks even more horrified and goes, "Fuck, that isn't even good that way. So which one of you is a girl?" I'm actually a girl. Apparently his intention was to come up all smooth and be like, "So as a girl at a bar, how would you like to be hit on?" That would have been much worse. His brain saved him. "You have a bit of cute on your face." Apparently this was used by both my BF and one of his friends to his current GF. Both gents got the line from a single friend who is still single. That friend didn't follow the first 2 rules. I was at a skating rink and this girl fell right in front of me and said, "I think I've fallen for you IDK." If she saw an opportunity and took it all was serious, but I don't swing that way. Sorry. My friend did this and got the girl's number. Turns out she was an idiot because she didn't understand why he asked for her number and had a boyfriend. I never knew how much I loved the phrase "turns out he or she's an idiot" until this post. It wasn't used on me, but I overheard a conversation between this guy with a heavy French accent and some girl in front of me in an economics class. I wasn't really paying attention till I heard him say, "Let me take you out for ice cream. You look like you'd enjoy some French vanilla," and I almost died. She said no, and I later found out he wasn't even French, just very good at accents. Orders 2 shots of tequila with lime and hands one to me saying, "This is my pickup line." It either works, or you now have 2 shots of tequila with lime. Win-win. A guy bought me a cocktail once, but didn't ask me first, and got one I'm allergic to. I didn't realize he bought it for me until he sat there looking at it, pouting, and offering it to anyone who walked past. If you're not going to ask first, always get a drink you like. That's why my birthday present to my wife was a bowling ball with my name on it. I was working at a sushi restaurant in a small Texas town. I was serving a group of 3, a couple and their friend. So at the end of the meal, the lonely guy, one may call him a neckbeard or one of those nice guy types, asks if we'll open fortune cookies with them. In my head, I'm thinking I hope this gets me a decent tip. I open my cookie and it has some generic fortune. I ask him what his says. He replies without missing a beat. My says the cute waitress will give me her number. I giggled and politely declined, saying I have a boyfriend. It was one of the smoothest pick lines I've ever seen used, but also from the least likely of people. I was walking out of a bookstore when a guy told me I had dropped something. I looked at the floor thinking I had dropped a receipt or something. The guy then replies, my jaw. My dumbass didn't realize it until I got to the car. You went, oh, that makes sense. People occasionally drop the bottom half of their face. One time while I was waiting tables, I passed a table with a teenager and his family. He tossed a packet of sugar onto the empty drink tray I was carrying and said, dropped your name tag. I giggled and blushed like a doofus, and he got a lot of high fives. One time in Vegas, I was at a pool party dancing with a group of girls, bachelorette party. I saw a guy watching me dance, and eventually he made his way over to me. After talking to him for a couple of minutes and him asking to dance with me, I told him I was married. I told him I had a friend in my group that was single, and I was about to point her out when he said, you are the only person I wanted to dance with since I saw you walking. I'm sure your friend is lovely, but she won't be you. A girl I worked with once got, would you like to make $1 million in 2 years? How? Take out a life insurance policy and fuck me to death. She didn't. That man must have had confidence out of this world. Not a girl, but one I have seen work, or at the very least, get a laughers. Hi, do you see my friend over there? Yeah. Well, he was wondering if you think I'm cute. Yeah. I could see how this would play out for me. Me. Hi. Do you see my friend over there? Huh. Yeah. Me. Well, he was wondering if you think I'm cute. Huh. Tell him that I do. Me. Okay. Thanks. Her. Me. He said yes. Wingman. You're a fucking idiot. Him. Are you a model? Me. No. Him. Oh. When did you quit? Made me laugh. Me. Are you a model? Yes, actually. Me. Oh. Well, quit. You're so beautiful. You could be a part-time model, but you'd probably still have to keep your normal job. Not a girl, but saw my friend be incredibly smooth. While sitting at a bar one night, he was showing me his new iPhone. I think it was iPhone 7, as there was enough new stuff that warranted him showing it off. Girl next to him asks if it's the new iPhone. He says yes. She asks for his favorite feature, and he says this while handing her the phone. It was the new contact screen. She just smiled and put in her name and number. He walked up to me, asked if I'd like a kiss, then offered from a big bag of Hershey Kisses. After that, he walked away, had chocolate, had sex. To clarify, I've told this story before and had people confused about how sex happened. If he walked away, I approached him soon afterwards. His opener was light and funny, and then he backed off and gave me space to respond on my own terms, which showed he wasn't pushy. He offered his chocolate to everyone too, not just girls. That really reflected well upon him. My stepdad taught me this one. He would always give me a giant Hershey kiss before I went on dates as a teenager. The move was to put it behind the passenger seat and at the end of the night ask, do you mind if I give you a kiss? Then lean in and reach behind her seat and give her a massive Hershey kiss. For some reason, I got a real kiss every single time. The man is a genius. I used I wish I were a secretary and line so I could touch your curve twice over a decade ago. She hit me immediately and then proceeded to ask me what it meant. We have been married about 9 years now, and I still use corny pickup lines on her at every opportunity. I don't mean to go on a tangent, but that's a cute geometric pickup line. Not exactly a pickup line, and I don't know the best one, but probably the most memorable one though. But we were walking on the street, and I spotted this really gorgeous guy, and we had instant chemistry. We smiled at each other, and you'd start immediately crossing the street like an idiot. Almost gets hit by a car. The first thing he says at me is, "Look at that. Almost died." Worth it though. He was a really sweet, and was visibly stunned of actually doing what he did, and that you could tell he didn't thought it through, and didn't know what to do next. His awkwardness made it even more charming.